Good morning, I'm Samriddhi K.C. and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepal's position in the FATF grey list to impact international aid remittance and import-exports. Paris meeting concludes lack of expected results in law implementation. The ruling parties oppose expanding the authority's jurisdiction despite calls to strengthen it. CIAA amendment bill stalls over disputes on reviewing non-policy decisions. Trump administration fires top U.S. General Charles Brown in unprecedented purge of military leadership, prepares to replace him with an Air Force lieutenant. And South Africa beats Afghanistan by 107 runs as the teams open their Champions Trophy accounts. Australia awaits England for the coming clash. Welcome back. The Governor's Office participated in the recent face-to-face discussions of the Financial Action Task Force FATF Asia Pacific Group in Manila, Philippines. The decision has been made and now Nepal is on the grey list. According to the FATF, Nepal has only partially implemented 16 out of 40 key standards, while 3 remain unaddressed. Among the 11 key indicators assessed after legal reforms, Nepal has performed poorly in 7. This has resulted to Nepal officially marking its name on the grey list. Although the government has strengthened legal provisions against money laundering, Finance Minister Vishnu Paudel has acknowledged concerns over their effective implementation. Nepal being grey listed will not only impact foreign grants but also affect loan access, international business transactions and create obstacles in Nepali students seeking scholarship at international universities. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA bill registered in the National Assembly in the Nepal year of 2076 has stalled in the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee. The bill was halted after a subcommittee report suggested that the authority should review discussions beyond cabinet policies. The two major ruling parties, Congress and UML, plan to move forward by removing provisions opposed by the government, with ruling parties seeking to limit the authority's role in cabinet decisions.
The major political parties advocating for strengthening the investigation authority to control corruption are not willing to expand its legal jurisdiction. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA bill is stalled in the Parliamentary Committee due to disputes over whether the authority should review non-policy decisions of the Council of Ministers. The subcommittee's report in last December outlined specific areas the authority can investigate, including decisions benefiting individuals or organizations, non-compliance with public procurement laws, and actions outside the jurisdiction of relevant officials. These provisions have become a challenge for the committee.
व्यक्तिगत फाइदाको कुरा नीतिगत निर्णय पर्दैन भनेर उपसमितिले ल्याएको छ। तपाईको कुनै दिन एउटा मान्छेको सम्पूर्ण घर जग्गा सम्पूर्ण बगाएर लगिदियो, ल्यान्डस्लाइड भयो, पहिरो गयो, अरु केही भयो, त्यसलाई चाहिँ बाढी पहिरो पर्यो, त्यो मान्छेलाई राष्ट्रले बचाउनु पर्यो, व्यक्तिगत रूपमा त्यसलाई फाइदा हुने काम गर्नु पर्यो भने त्यो नीतिगत निर्णय होइन भन्ने कुरा हो। त्यस्तो बेला के गर्ने, यो बारेमा के स्पष्ट पार्नुपर्ने छ। स्पष्ट पारेर यही महिनाभित्र अधिवेशनमा यो विधेयक आउँछ।
There are growing criticisms that the government agencies are increasing irregularities under the guise of policy decisions. Lawmakers fear that if the proposal to strengthen the authority does not move forward, the unrest will continue.
क्याबिनेटले कुरा गर्दिने, उहाँहरु कोही पर्न नपर्ने, त्यही क्याबिनेटको कुराको पछिको फाट टिप्पणी उठाउने भरि फेरि सबै जेल जानुपर्ने स्थिति नल्याउँ। जानुपर्ने भए सबैले जानु पर्यो, गल्ती गरेछ भने कोही बच्ने कोही छोड्ने काम नगरौँ भन्ने मेरो धारणा त्यही हो। अब यही पास भयो भने के हुन्छ र? फेरि यही तरिका हुन्छ। मुलुकको भ्रष्टाचार जो अख्तियारले तपाईको 30.4% के भने भ्रष्टाचार छ भनेर 2075 को सर्वेक्षण गरेको छ। त्यसैले के हुन्छ भने 30% 30 तब अझ भन्छु तपाईलाई 30.4% भ्रष्टाचार जो हुन्छ त्यो यथावत हुन्छ।
The main concern of the ruling parties, which are reluctant to accept the subcommittee's report, is that no entity should be given full control over the government.
उपसमितिमा हामीले एकसरो छलफल गर्यौं, तर त्यो उपसमितिले गरेको छलफल न हो, त्यसलाई पूर्ण रूपमा स्वीकार गर्ने नगर्ने भन्ने त समितिको अधिकारको समितिमा त्यो प्रस्तुत हुनै बाँकी छ। सरकारले चाहिँ त्यसमा अलिकति चासो दिइरहेको र केही बुँदाहरुमा मलाई लाग्छ सरकारको असहमति हुन सक्छ। त्यस्तो हो भने गृहमन्त्रीजीसँग चाहिँ आएर समितिमा बसेर छलफल गरौँ, तर विधेयकलाई अगाडि बढाउँ भनेर हाम्रो समितिका अरू साथीले पनि भन्नुभएको छ, मैले पनि 2-3 चोटि भनिसकेको छु।
Nepal is facing questions about its good governance, with international studies showing no decrease in irregularities within public institutions. There is a risk of being placed on the grey list regarding property interests. In this context, there is widespread agreement that strong laws are needed to prevent irregularities within the Council of Ministers. For a transparent working style, there should be no dispute over whether the authority can review the Council of Ministers' decisions. However, to avoid the risk of arbitrariness, there is a tendency to bypass general decisions through the Council of Ministers. Analysts say that the political parties are preventing the authority from reviewing these decisions.
Welcome back. Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli committed to not restricting freedom of expression, emphasizing the government's sensitivity to citizens' rights while protecting existing laws. Prime Minister Oli mentioned that lawmakers opposing the bill are the same ones who wrote it. While launching the contribution book of former President of Nepal Chamber of Commerce, Rajesh Kaji Shrestha, he emphasized the importance of speaking and writing based on truth, encouraging everyone to do so without fear. Despite his commitment to good governance, he criticized actions like spreading baseless rumors and creating confusion, citing the $32 billion investment in Cambodia and Swiss bank accounts as examples.
हुँदै नभएका झुटा कुरा, झुटा अफवाह फैलाएर हिँड्नेहरू कहिल्यै पनि कुनै स्पष्टीकरणले कहिल्यै चित्त नबुझ्ने अनि यति पैसा फलाना ठाउँमा राखेको छ, 32 अरब राखेको छ कम्बोडियामा। भ्रष्टाचार मैले नेपालमा गर्ने, नेपाली जनताको पैसा लुट्ने, कम्बोडियामा लगेर अर्कालाई खुवाउने, त्यो खालको मूर्खता मैले गर्छु। स्विजरल्यान्ड राखेको छ अरे, के गर्न राख्ने स्विजरल्यान्डको ब्याङ्क? स्विजरल्यान्डको ब्याङ्कमा किनेर पैसा राखेर के म जेट किनेर उडाउँछु यहाँ?
Prime Minister Oli addressed those claiming that there has been no change, stating that change has indeed occurred. He also highlighted progress in the development and construction sector. In the first 6 months of the current fiscal year, the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport's capital expenditure stands at just 28%, with little chances of reaching 50% by the end of the year. Despite having the highest budget, the ministry ranked last in the Prime Minister's performance evaluation with a score of 7.9 out of 100. Concerned by this, parliamentarians in the National Assembly's Committee on Development, Economic Affairs and Good Governance summoned Minister Devendra Dahal and ministry officials for an explanation.
Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli's performance evaluation rated the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport as failing with a score of only 7.9. This has sparked serious discussions in the National Assembly's Development, Economic Affairs and Good Governance Committee. Minister Devendra Dahal has challenged the assessment, claiming the evaluation process was flawed. Lawmakers questioned why the ministry, despite having one of the highest budgets and capital expenditures, performed poorly. In response, the minister and officials argued that the evaluation process itself was wrong.
7.9% चाहिँ के अंक चाहिँ आएको छ भनेपछि यो चाहिँ नि डरलाग्दो र दुखद कुरा हो। हाम्रो मन्त्रीज्यूको इच्छा शक्ति कम भएर हो कि त्यो पनि नहुनु पर्ने हो, अथवा प्लानमै कमी हो कि त्यो पनि नहुनु पर्ने हो, कतै स्वार्थबाजी र काम नभएको हो कि आदि इत्यादि विषयमा शंका गर्न सकिने ठाउँ रहन्छ।
In response to lawmakers' questions, Minister Devendra Dahal and officials stated that the performance evaluation process in itself was flawed.
कुनै एउटामा काम भएन र त्यसको एउटा 0 राखो, अनि त्यसबाट 15.8 राखो, अनि 2 ले भाग गरेर अनि 7.9 चाहिँ प्रगति गरौ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ बेठिक हो के? अरबौं खर्च हुने र 10 लाख खर्चबाट 10 लाख खर्च भएपछि 100% हुने, अनि हाम्रो यत्रो 1 खरब 50 अरबमा चाहिँ 27 अरब खर्च गर्दाखेरि 22% हुने भन्दाखेरि त्यो यो पनि अलिकति हाम्रो इन्टरप्रिटेसनमा समस्या छ।
In the meeting, lawmakers accused the ministry of neglecting major and essential projects, prioritizing employee transfers and allocating excessive budgets to the home districts of incumbent ministers.
संघबाट ठुला आयोजनाहरु ठुला प्रोजेक्टहरु छन्, त्यसमा जोड दिएपछि यो समस्या हल गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने लाग्छ।
हामी राष्ट्रिय सभामा कसैको पर्ने कसैको नपर्ने अलिअलि सबैको हात दिए पनि हुन्छ नि।
After listening to the lawmakers, Minister Dahal urged them not to bring small project requests to the ministry. The data on budget expenditure for the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure and Transport over the past 7 months reveals answers to many questions between the ministry and the parliament. Within the ministry, the procurement companies spent only 3.75% and the rail department spent 5.21%. The transport department's expenditure has been slightly higher, but the target for smart license printing has not yet been met. So far, only 439,000 licenses have been printed. With a budget of 142 billion Nepali rupees for the current fiscal year, the ministry's weak capital expenditure means the total expenditure in the next 4 months may not even reach 50% of the budget.
The main opposition party CPN Maoist Centre stated that the ruling party's regressive actions highlight the need for people-centered programs. At a press conference in the party office, the main opposition party accused the government of leaning towards autocracy instead of promoting good governance. They claim that the government's actions have reinforced the threat of regression and emphasized the need to reach out to the people to protect the constitution.
सत्तामा भइरहेकाहरूबाट पनि त्यो खतरा छ किनभने म त सभामुख थिएँ नि त दुईचोटिसम्म चाहिँ झम्टीपति नै सभाको विघटन गरेको थियो दुवैचोटि तपाईहरुको समेतले चाहिँ शक्तिशाली जनमत बनाउनु भयो सबै हामी मिलेर हैन नेताहरू पनि सडकमै गएर बसेर हामीले दुईचोटिको विघटनलाई चाहिँ पुनर्स्थापना गर्यौं नि त अहिलेको जुन द्विदलीय सरकार छ नि जो निरंकुशतातिर जाँदैछ अधिनायकवादतिर जाँदैछ हैन संविधान संशोधन गरेर जनताका अधिकारहरू कटौती गर्न खोज्दैछ नि त्यो पनि खतरा भनेको हो.
The party also stated that the ordinance issued by the government itself has become a trap for it. They claim that the delayed start of the parliamentary session left the government inactive for 21 days. To strengthen its organization at the grassroots level, the Maoist Centre has planned a program starting in Jhapa on February 24th and conclude in Kanchanpur on 21st of March. Time for international update. President Donald Trump has fired U.S. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff C.Q. Brown, the highest-ranking officer in the country, as part of a major shake-up of the top military leadership. Gen Brown was the second black officer in the U.S. history to hold the post, which advises both the President and the Secretary of Defense on national security. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had previously said that Gen Brown should be fired because of his woke focus on diversity, equity and inclusion programs in the military. Later on Friday, Hegseth announced the firings of 2 additional senior officers, Chief of Naval Operations Adam Lisa Franchetti and Vice Chief of the Staff of Air Force Gen Jim Sliff. Adam Franchetti was the first woman to lead the Navy. All the top 3 officers removed on Friday were appointed by former President Joe Biden. Trump said he would nominate Air Force Lieutenant General Dan Kane, a career F-16 pilot who most recently served as CIA Associate Director for Military Affairs, as the new chairman of the Joint Chiefs of the Staff. U.S. President Donald Trump has said that French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer have not done anything to end the war in Ukraine ahead of their visits to the White House next week. Trump also said Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has no cards in peace negotiations, adding, "I don't think he is very important to be in the meetings." Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the UK, France and other allies have been supplying Kyiv with weapons and other aids. On Monday, European leaders held a crisis summit in Paris on Ukraine, a day before US-Russia talks in Saudi Arabia and amid fears that Ukraine and Europe could be excluded from the peace negotiations. Despite the criticism of Macron and Starmer, Trump said in his interview that he praised the European leaders. He said he considers Macron to be his friend and Starmer a very nice guy. Macron is expected to visit Washington, D.C. on Monday, while Starmer is expected to visit the White House on Thursday. The body of Israeli hostage said to be Shiri Bibas arrived at the Abu Kabir Forensic Institute in Tel Aviv for official identification. Hamas said they released the body of Shiri Bibas on Friday, whose misidentification in a handover this week threatened to derail the fragile Gaza ceasefire deal. The Islamist group had earlier said it was investigating a possible error in identifying human remains handed to Israel after a body they had initially returned on Thursday was unable to be confirmed as Bibas. 4 bodies were delivered on Thursday, and the identities of Bibas' boys Ariel and Fer and the hostage ordered Lifshitz were confirmed. But Israeli specialists said the 4th body was that of unidentified woman and not Bibas, who was kidnapped along with her sons and her husband Yadin during the Hamas attack on Israel on 7th of October 2023. The United Nations Security Council called on Rwanda's military to stop supporting the M23 rebel group in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo and immediately withdraw all troops from Congolese territory without preconditions. The 15-member council unanimously adopted a French-drafted resolution urging the DRC and Rwanda to return to diplomatic talks to achieve a lasting peaceful resolution. The M23 has captured the 2 largest cities in eastern Congo, stoking fears of a wider war. Rwanda denies allegations from Congo and that the UN supports the M23 with arms and troops. It says it is defending itself against Hutu militaries, which it accuses of fighting alongside the Congolese military. The UN resolution strongly condemns the ongoing offensive and advances of M23 in North Kivu and South Kivu with the support of Rwanda Defense Forces and demands that M23 immediately stop its hostilities and withdraw. A bus carrying Brazilian university students collided with a truck late, killing 12 people and injuring 19 others near the city of Ribeirão Preto in the southeastern state of Sao Paulo. The bus was carrying students from the University of Franca, known as Unifran. The university's athletic association released a statement on Instagram expressing solidarity with the victims' friends and families. State firefighters said that first responders attended 231 victims at the scene, including the 12 students who died. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.